Hello and welcome. I wanted to talk about, if you made ornaments with your laser, maybe for yourself or to sell or to give out. Another thing you can add to that is custom color ornament boxes. These are a really nice feature to put your nice ornament in, and I'm going to show you how to do this today on The Learning Enthusiast. Hello, welcome to this episode of Learning Enthusiast. I'm Chris Simmons, and as I said, I'm going to show you how to make an ornament box using your laser. So you might say, how can I do that color on a laser? Well, to be honest, we're not just using the laser. I'm going to show you how to use your inkjet printer or whatever color printer you have that you can print. So using the print and cut tool on Lightburn, we can do this box with color, and it's very easy. Like I said, if you have a printer, you can do that. If you saw my previous videos on how to do a print and cut, it's very simple. I made little tags, gift tags, things like that. But here to do the box. Now this is a multi-step process, and we'll start, with going through how we get the box or the box design first. And this will require a couple of different things. All free if you have Lightburn, you have a laser, just simple things, and I'll show you how to do that next. So here I am in a website called maker.nl. Right now they're having some issues right now. Off and on they're having some issues. They seem to have solved it and then it came back. But just for this, I'll show you how to kind of put in the stuff without generating it. I already have it, so we won't need to worry about that. But as you can see, I want to do an ornament. Ornament. My ornaments aren't very thick, so wide-wise, and they are about 3.5 inches in diameter. So their thickness is, it's a quarter of an inch because it's 2 1/8 put together. But I want a little bit of room for stuff. So as you can see, I put in here a 0.5 inch width. So let's look at it. So lengthwise, that's kind of the width in some sense. I would call that width. What they call width is more like depth. So I'll say it's about 4 inches wide. Like I said, it's 4 to 5 is a good number for my ornaments. And 0.5 is the width or the depth. So you can change some of these. The thumb hole diameter, like I think it could be bigger. You'll see, but I didn't try to change any of those. And it just leaves all that standard. And then for page size, I want to do this on letter size, because that's what I have in cardstock. I have letter. My printer only does letter, or it could do width max is 8.5, so I can do longer. I can do 8.5 by 17, 8.5 by 50, whatever. But I'm limited in that width of 8.5. If you have different, you can change it. And for this, is better to fit. I did it in landscape. And then you want to choose SVG. You're going to hit create. It's going to create an SVG file that we will then take into Lightburn. And that's the next part. Okay, here we are in Lightburn, and you can see I have brought it in. Let me make make it so you can see it a little bit better. Oops. As you can see here's the design, and one of the things I've added is these crosshairs. My tool line here, you can see, is 8.5 by 11 in landscape, so I know it will fit. So this is what I have here. Now you can either turn off some of these. This is if I was going to use Lightburn and print from Lightburn, but then I'm limited in the colors in Lightburn. Or I could have it engraved in cardstock, but that doesn't really work for this. If it was wood or something else that looked nice, maybe, but in the cardstock, I want full color. I want to be able to do color and put in an image or whatever I want to make it really nice. So you can leave those or not if you want them for reference. So what you then do is export this as an SVG. And then once we export it as an SVG, we're going to bring it into another tool that's called Inkscape. It's free. It's like Adobe Illustrator. I'm not an expert on it. I've just used it in this case because I need something to do vector graphics and that. So let's do that, and we'll go into that process next before we'll come back to this, and we'll show you how we then get it running in the laser and cut it out. So that's next. So here we're in Inkscape, and what I've done is I've turned off some of the layers. So I turn off the layer, the cut layer, because I don't want that. I could turn off, this is the score layer, but I kind of want to have it just for reference. And then line up, this is from Lightburn, and it's converted to a graphic, and I changed the color, and the same with the Merry Christmas, which I've now moved up. So now I've brought in an image. If it will show, well, that one's one, but I have this image here of Santa Claus with a reindeer. And you could put any image, you could put a photo, whatever, that works with your printer. I also brought in a to and from, so I could put to is from. And then, as you can see, I have these two target marks, which are important for the cut part in Lightburn. So the next thing is then to print it out onto a sheet of paper or a sheet of cardstock. And I used just what I had laying around, which was white cardstock, and I printed it out. And that is came out good. It's not as thick as I'd like it, but it is still cardstock. It's better than paper. And then I will at some point buy good quality cardstock, thick cardstock. I can put a link to some of the ones down there that I've seen that are supposed to be pretty good, very thick. It all depends on what your actual printer can take. So it could vary from this cardstock that I know most inkjet printers will take, which I used is basically very light. But you can get thicker cardstock up to the max of whatever your printer is. You can use different printers too. I just have an inkjet printer, whatever it works the best for you. And then you can print it out. And then after printing it out, we're going to put it in the laser, and then we're going to bring up Lightburn and then do things in there as well, and I'll show you that process. So here are we in Lightburn, and what I'm going to do is the next part you do is called the print tool. So what you do is you're going to move the laser over this target. Move it over there and have the fire button so that you can see it. And once you get it lined up, you'll use the print and cut tool, and you'll set the first target position. And I have kind of what that will look like in here. Go back one. So it will look like this. You'll have this little red around it. Then move to the other side, to the other one, and do the same. Move the laser there and make sure it's lined up, and then click target, set target number 2. And then there'll be a blue. And then you'll do the next part, which is you're going to want to choose align output to targets, which means because when you print this out, it's going to be a little bit different sizing, because your printer may not print it exactly 1-to-1. So you want to then use that first one. There's two. There would be one if you could actually, your printer could do it 1-to-1. You could use the no scaling, but I wouldn't. I'd use the first one. Align that output. And let's look at a video of it cutting. So here it is cutting it out. It is just dead on. Just perfectly what I was going for. And it cut it exactly the way I wanted it. And it's just amazing how perfect that comes out and that it knows based upon it. And you're using two different systems to do this. And you can put in any color stuff you want, any images, any personalization. So really comes out really good. And this is what it can look like, and then you have an ornament you can put in there. Open it, right? And so you could put an ornament in there. This could be for someone you're giving to, you're selling it. You could sell the box as a upsell or something that you just include and have your website on there, have your logo. So very nice. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And remember, to like the video helps the algorithm, and definitely share this video with anyone you know, and subscribe and follow our channel because we'll have more different tips using Lightburn. And this one's a really cool one. I think it's really cool. It's underutilized, and you can do so many different things with this print and cut tool. But being able to make a box that has your logos or have your customization, has whatever you want so it looks nice. And there's a lot of different craft cardstock different colors you can get that you can print on your laser or print on your computer printer and then cut with your laser and make some really nice boxes for your business and for selling any of your items and putting them in. So really nice ideas and things there. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and remember to never stop learning.